Okay, so I am going to be presenting as myself to my sales team at our upcoming January general sales meeting. So there'll be about 200 people, big room. My goal is to motivate, persuade them, sell them on selling barefoot to their retailers in their stores. So let's make it happen. Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? So if you haven't had the pleasure, if I haven't had the pleasure of getting to know you yet, my name is Madelyn Blake, and I am the General Sales Manager here at Gallo Wine Company. And we are all gathered here today, all of us, all 200 of us in this room, to talk about the next 60 days. What are our sales goals? What are our priorities? What are we trying to get done? What do we want store floors to look like as we head into two really big holidays ahead of us? Number one, Valentine's Day. Number two, arguably more importantly, Super Bowl. So before we get into the nitty gritty of everything, I want to kick it off with our favorite brand, our 365 days a year, most important brand to Gallo Wine Company and this distributor, which is Barefoot. And my goal today is to make sure that you have the tools that you need and to sell you on how you can sell your retailers and why Barefoot deserves to be on store floors for the next 2 months. So here's how and why we're going to win this season. Number one, Barefoot is America's best-selling wine brand. It has more consumer recognition than any other wine brand out there. And what does that actually mean to you and to your retailers? It means high turnover, faster sales, and of course, more revenue. Number two, we are the only wine brand with an NFL partnership. That is right. You guys all heard the news that we got this NFL partnership only a few months ago, and we are ready to activate it heading into Super Bowl. What does that actually mean? It means that more people are going to see Barefoot in their homes with our NFL commercials than ever before. Our reach is going to be larger, more consumer awareness than we've ever had before, leading again to faster sales, higher turnover, and of course, more revenue. And then number three, Barefoot brings in more wine consumers than any other brand. Barefoot alone grows the wine category. So if you're looking to make more revenue in your wine department, this is the brand to lead with. So let's dig into each of these reasons. Here's a graph that shows our top 10 wine brands by overall dollar sales. And you'll see Barefoot here on the left in purple. All right, how many of you guys saw Josh Cellars on store floors for the holiday season? Right, okay, everyone's hand should be raised right now. It was everywhere. Barefoot, 2 times larger than Josh. So if you see Josh on store floors, we deserve to be on store floors, but 2 times bigger. I mean, look, we're 2.5 times larger than La Marca, 3.5 times larger than Apothec. And if you look at Barefoot and the entire total alcohol beverage category, we rank number 11 out of the top 15. And all number 1 through 10 is all big beer brands. So when you think about store floors leading into Super Bowl, and you see those big football displays that these beer vendors bring in, Barefoot should be right next to it. And for God's sake, we're larger than White Claw. If you see White Claw on store floors, that's what we really should be pitching on. But alas, we are the largest wine brand out there. That is point number 1. Point number 2 comes down to the NFL, right? We're talking about Super Bowl, we're talking about what store floors should look like going into Super Bowl. And this NFL partnership has done tremendous things for us. Number 1, it's our overall reach. So we're getting into more homes across America than we ever had. There's 187 million total fans for the NFL across this great nation. What does that mean? About 2/3 of all Americans are fans. And this is what that actual coverage looks like of fans across the United States. Sure, you're not in the Midwest. We are not that dark red here in California. But we do have an awesome partnership with the Lambs locally and specifically here that we can capitalize on. But this is, I think, the part to really pay attention to. NFL games, on average, have about 15.5 million viewers. That's 15.5 million 15-second commercial views, 30-second commercial views that are being seen across the United States. In fact, the NFL is 9 times larger than the next 5 largest sports, including the NBA. And you guys already know how to activate our Super Bowl and our NFL partnership. better than anyone else out there. We pushed these two things into market a couple months ago, and check out what you guys have been able to do across your store floors already here in Southern California. So Grady, I see you in this photo. I also want to highlight, everyone here in Area 2. These are two phenomenal displays, and I really want to recognize the team out of Area 2 and Lauren Belusco for building the display on that right. The Walmart Barefoot palette is a huge achievement. But really, I think we've all seen this one before, and it's worth showing again. James and Toby out of Stater Brothers 174 with this monstrosity as you enter into the account. So we already know how to activate our NFL sponsorship and build that basket and cross merchandise with other brands that have sponsorships like, Coors Light or Frito-Lay. But these are our two point of sale pieces that you guys are going to be picking up right now, today, which is our new Super Bowl point of sale pieces. So we want to make sure that we are putting those up in stores tomorrow and taking them down right after Super Bowl. But an awesome way for us to leverage getting more cases in the door across the board. Okay, so let's take a second. We have talked about America being the #1 wine brand out there. And we've also talked about how now we have a huge sponsorship and partnership with the NFL, the #1 sport out there. But if you need another reason to sell barefoot and feel confident, for your retailers to feel sold on us, I've got one more for you. And that's that Barefoot is the #1 wine brand for new consumers. So what does that actually mean? It means that if you're a consumer and you've never tried wine before, you're more likely to buy a bottle of Barefoot as your first bottle ever than any other brand. Stella Rosa coming in #2. If you really take a look at this, it means that we're the only wine brand to bring in more than 1 million new wine consumers, 2 times larger than Stella Rosa. So for those of you that have stores that say, I can't sell wine or I don't sell wine, I'm a beer store, put Barefoot on the floor. You're more likely to sell Barefoot than any other wine brand, especially in an area that doesn't have a lot of wine drinkers. So if you and your stores are looking to grow revenue of your wine category, which I'm hoping all of us want to do, Barefoot is the brand to lead with. So to recap, these are our 3 bullet points that we're going to be using when we go talk to retailers, and I want you to keep top of mind as you're out there on your store floors. #1, we are America's best-selling wine brand. #2, we have a partnership with America's favorite sport. And #3, we are bringing in new wine consumers to the entire wine category more than any other brand. I'm hoping that those 3 reasons enough give you the motivation and the inspiration to take this to your retailers. So can I get a show of hands? Who here feels confident that they can go sell Barefoot tomorrow morning? Perfect. Then my challenge to you is this. Go sell some Barefoot. Good luck and even better selling.